opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
Family-owned Palermo Pizza underwrites this episode of Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters Paranormal Podcast, located at 901 Gazan Parkway, Southwest Wyoming, and available at 616-531-8300.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, or madame, "truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door." But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word,
"Lenore."
Merely this and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. Let my heart be still a moment, in this mystery explore.
"'Tis the wind and nothing more."
On this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, could this be my lost Lenore? Tell me, I implore.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Brought to you by WKTV. I'm your ghost hunting host, Wayne Preston Curtis Thomas. Welcome to another episode of Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters Paranormal Podcast. As always, we ask that you please keep an open mind about things that you might not easily believe as we explore the mysterious. Zooming in from Muskegon, Michigan, we have a mysterious married couple, Darren and Allie. But first, let's meet my co-host. Zooming in from Byron Center, Michigan.
Well, I'm Brandon Jose.
And zooming in from Holland, Michigan.
Hi, Kim Colleen.
Well, guys, I have never seen anyone look any happier than the pictures I see of you guys on Facebook.
Aw.
Oh, yeah. Kim, you haven't seen those pictures?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to go check them out, I guess. The
Oh,
happy
yeah.
couple. I think that's awesome.
We know the man in black. He didn't like to go out in crowds before. You know,
I know.
he
And now
absorbed
look
all
at
that
him.
negative energy. Now he's got a smile on his face I don't think anybody could wipe off.
I know, right?
So we know Darren pretty well, I would say. He's been on the show a number of times. But we need to meet Allie, and you have your own group. So explain yourself. Introduce yourself.
I'm Allie, and I'm originally from Texas, but I lived in the Allegan County area. Now I live here with him, Lakeshore, and I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Soy Alicia TV. It was actually Exploring with Allie's Vlogs TV, but I kind of changed that to the real me, the me person. And I have a lot of vlogs, maybe a few in the past, paranormal, and a couple of cryptids such as the Dogman encounters and stuff like that.
Yeah, you just recently changed the name, and what you're doing is you're honoring your heritage.
Yes.
Explain that, how that works.
Well, I mean, I wanted to kind of bring myself out a little more And I was trying to avoid all trying to be like, okay, let me not do my own heritage type of thing. But I decided that I want to say, well, I figured I'm part Spanish and I'm part Navajo Indian. So I kind of wanted to bring that up and just kind of have it as what I have as my name is Soy Alicia TV. And, you know, kind of just share, you know, heritage stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you speak other languages?
I do, but only when I'm around people that speak other language.
Yeah.
I know some Spanish.
Yeah, I do speak Spanish too, but not like I don't speak a whole lot of it, only when it's necessary, actually.
See, Brandon and I saw that as an advantage when we were ghost hunting, because sometimes we would get EVPs and I swear it was in Spanish, right?
Yeah, we had that too, where we had gone to
Mhm.
what was it? One of the we did an investigation. I'm not sure which cemetery it was, and I could have sworn I heard a few Spanish speaking spirits. And I'm like, whoa, they just spoke Spanish.
Right. And then in Michigan, I think your other half of your heritage would be also an advantage in ghost hunting,
Right.
because
Yeah.
how many of the Native Indians burial grounds were just built over?
Yeah.
And then how much unrest is there? So you might have a special connection to that.
Yeah.
Do you know shaman?
No, but I do have a family member who is.
I always wanted to have a shaman on the show.
Yeah.
Because I think they're kind of magical, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are, and sometimes they don't always speak of everything either too. Like I know my family member who is the shaman, he doesn't really speak a whole lot of like what he does and stuff unless you're literally with him. So
Oh yeah, well, we kind of had that. We had someone on the show that had working with a shaman. It's like, oh no, we can't tell you anything. It's all
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
secretive.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
that way.
yeah, I mean, well, okay. I'm like, usually on this show, we want to know your insights. You know? We want you to share your secrets with us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't ignore Darren forever, I guess. Lakeshore Paranormal, still going strong.
Yeah, keeping in there.
You guys work together with each other's different projects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, well, explain how Lakeshore Paranormal works.
Okay, so we try to run a YouTube channel, Lakeshore Paranormal. We try to usually have a new episode out once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, once a week.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Brandon, is that what you're shooting for? Once a week?
That's my goal. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of backstock of footage because I found a way to take the old analog and put it to digital. So I got
Yeah.
like a lot of years of footage that I could be able to pull up to use to make
Yeah.
episodes. When I run out of that, it might be hard to keep up one a week.
It is. It gets tough.
Yeah.
I took about a 2-week break a little bit just to catch up on. I ended up finding some old footage from Felt Mansion, and then I put that out. But I was working on a private home investigation that ran fairly like almost a full length episode, so it was like 43 minutes long. But we checked out. It was Dan that got in touch with us about this case here in Muskegon, so we went and checked that out.
Oh, he must have got a call and he didn't want to take it.
Yeah, didn't want to take it. I think he was just busy with the schedule. His family was struggling with a lot of paranormal activity. So then
Well, I think too, I mean, with COVID, I thought maybe they had stopped going into private homes, or at least for a while,
yeah, it
because
could
of the
be.
COVID scare.
Yeah,
But you kept going strong all through COVID.
yeah, I did.
And you guys, what, probably met in a cemetery?
Well,
Actually-
we actually the first time I met him was actually when I was with Rod, Michigander man. We actually were supposed to be doing an investigation at Al Capone's Yellow Motel, which was not far from where I used to live, because that's in Allegan County. So, but we were just at the restaurant. We
The
were all
restaurant,
sitting there
yeah.
for like 10, 15 minutes, and then finally got up. We all went in our own separate cars, but by the time, we really didn't collab as much doing the investigation because there was a lot going on. So we ended up just like separating from each other.
Well, you guys got chased off by
We
a
did.
phantom
We
car.
did. Yes, we did.
I was with Jamie at the time,
Yeah.
and we both got chased out of there by
Yep.
like lights and phantom cars. It was weird.
Oh, so it was an event though, but not it wasn't a cemetery.
No.
Because really, Darren is the Lord of the cemetery.
Yeah.
Right.
We have one friend who's king of the road, the haunted road, Ben Goldman, but yeah, hands down, Darren is the Lord of the cemetery. So I'm surprised. Yeah. Well, that's cool that you were out doing your thing. And so you hunt ghosts too, huh, Allie? Is that
I do when I'm with him. I did a little bit before on my channel, but then I decided not to, and I ended up doing it with him on his channel. The only thing that I do and will do on my channel would be like cryptids, as such as Dogman. That's the only thing.
I saw that. I try to share that stuff on my group, Spooky Weird Strange, when I see it come up. And if I'm not on Facebook, time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Happens to me a lot,
Yeah.
Oh brother.
right? Because I share too much stuff. Even though
Yeah.
it's groups that I belong to, it's just that I belong to 300 groups,
Oh gosh. Yeah.
so they don't like that. They think I'm spamming, even though I'm sending stuff to my own group.
My
Yeah.
problem is I share out to different groups every week. So I'm like, I'm part of so many groups, but I don't remember which ones I shared out previous week. Then
Mhm.
the following week when I release, it's probably a whole nother batch of groups.
Oh yeah, it gets tough because it takes me anywhere from 3 days to a week to do all the sharing once a show comes out. And then, yeah, hopefully we're not backlogged. So I got a couple shows because that's when I really get in trouble with Facebook.
Yeah. Oh brother.
I kind of got it figured out though, how I can get around them. I don't want to say it too loud because they might be listening, but yeah, so I can do it a little bit quicker. But hey, is that a new t-shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
that's
got
pretty
these-
cool.
We got these up on Teespring. The link is usually under one of my videos in the description. on my
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, we can't endorse a product or anything, but you can tell us where it is, and as long as I'm
just,
not telling people to go out and buy it, we're
no,
okay.
Not telling anyone to go out and buy it, but if you'd like to support, check it out.
Right. I mean, we can support you guys like that, as long as we don't get too carried away and telling people, yeah. So you took that private case from Dan. Were you able to help those people?
The best that we could.
So you and I did a case together.
Yeah, good.
Been a while now. Kim
Yeah.
actually, the one that got the lead on that one over in Holland, that just happened to be synchronicity for me because my wife and I had lived there and managed that exact community.
Wow.
It brings up a point about investigating. Some places are harder than others to investigate. Now, like apartments where you got people like side by side and you got extra
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah.
I did an article on you for WKTV Journal.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why not? You're one of our. I thought you were going to be the number one all time. There for a while, you were on quite a bit. You were on
Yeah.
you were on episodes 7, 14, 18, and 31.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there for a while, I thought, man, you're going to set a record, and you did in a way because you got more views than any other show by far.
Yeah. What
Wow.
were the hits on that one, Wayne?
He
It
went
was
over
it was in the thousands.
5. He went over 5. I mean,
5,000 views.
I seen him
Wow.
like going up, and I thought, you know what? I'm I'm gonna join some more groups and see just how far we can push this. I joined a
Yeah.
100 more groups right then. That moved me from like 200 to 300, I think, but no one's come even close to that
Mhm.
since.
That's awesome.
So that was really great. But I think what I said about you in the article was how you like a simpler approach to it, but you do utilize some modern equipment. Was that a true statement, what I said?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, what are some of those, that newer stuff that you like to experiment with?
Well, I got the SB7T right here. It's the newer spirit box. The updated, it's basically the updated version of the SB7. They actually put a little better speaker in it, and a temperature gauge and a little LED light.
Hey, Brandon, have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one yet. I still got the old one.
So your temperature gauge, does that like go intense? Is it real sensitive so you can watch it go up?
Yep.
Yeah, we're kind of getting a glare.
Yeah, you can't really see the screen,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I wonder
so
if I
the
went to the
temperature
other
reads
view.
out, it just reads on the little
Yeah.
screen there.
yeah, there's a little LED light right here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's supposed to fluctuate and beat. There it goes.
Okay.
now
Yeah, probably can't hear it.
you had tried some phone apps when I was with you.
Yeah, we like the Necrophonic app. There was a couple other ones. I can't think of the name right now that came out. I think
Spiritus was one that you used when I
yeah, the
was with you.
Spirit of Box app. That one was pretty decent. There was another new one. But there was another one there.
We
Oh,
had
the
a couple
Resonator.
hits
I-
with those where you ask a question
Yeah,
and we seemed to get an actual response.
direct
I mean,
response. Yeah.
it was a logical response.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it threw a lot of other stuff out too, but we did get a couple of hits that seemed legit. And then something that Kim likes to talk about is that REM pod. We had a REM pod going, went
Yeah.
outside for a second, came back in, REM pod's going crazy like a little robot. All the different bells and whistles going off and lights flashing. I'm like, what did we miss? She actually called me back again, and her complaint was shadows, but it's not something that I really, I was only taking the serious cases. Supposedly, I tried to explain that to her, but it was a chance to work together, and I was interested to see how you worked. I'm glad that Pastor Dan would get a hold of you and trust in you
Yeah.
to take on a case.
Yeah, that was nice of him. Really, it was.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, a little pair of unities, like
Yeah.
Grasp is pushing, That's another married couple, Bill and Connie Jones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and then I know the Duchesnes too, the Reverend Robert Duchesne and Nicole.
Yep.
So it can work. I
Yep.
know that you guys, you don't get tired enough of each other that you're still going out with doing these things together, I guess.
Yeah, and it gets pretty crazy. I mean, we usually
Takes time.
try to schedule, for the weekends of film. If we don't have any actual like investigations scheduled, but usually we do video for me and we'll do a video for her. Lately she's been putting up like vlogs, going to the stores and Halloween stores and restaurants and stuff.
Restaurants, trains.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Yeah, if you're crazy about Halloween, because I thought I saw
I-
something that you
I-
put
We
out.
are, yes. So yes, we actually have a Halloween special we're gonna come up
Yeah.
with. We still have some things to go over, maybe a little writing, but we plan on doing a little Halloween special for my channel. We're gonna dress up, talk about some spooky things, maybe even throw in some deleted scenes. So we'll come up with something. Should be
Oh.
entertaining.
Okay.
I'll be watching for that. And then you have done, wasn't the Stimson Hospital? that where
Yeah,
you-
we did. Yep, we were there.
You did you do another presentation there?
Yeah, we did. I ended up bringing Bill and Connie along with that one. And that was all right. I think the last one we did before that, when Brandon was there, we had a better crowd. Like this crowd that we had the last time, they were just not getting into it. They were wandering off. And it was just tough to get them to listen to what we had to say. It was just an odd crowd.
Okay. Yeah, you brought Bill and Connie Jones of
Yeah, yeah.
the Grass. So did Brandon let you talk, or did he do all the talking?
No, I think we did good. I think we both had stuff to say, and yeah, that was good. I mean, definitely.
Brandon, did you
asked
get
us
some
to-
evidence from Stimson Hospital? Because you guys got to investigate after you did your presentation, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
Oh yeah, we did a little bit. I don't remember what I really captured there. I don't remember. I don't think I really got, because a lot of it was the public investigation. I
Yeah,
hung off maybe another hour or two afterwards. During the public one, it's hard to really count anything you get because
Right.
because you don't really know where everybody else is. There's too many people.
Right. What's the history of Stimson?
it was once a mansion, and then they converted it into a hospital in the 1920s, I think it was. 1920s, 1930s, but they ended up having a doctor that fell down one of the elevator shafts when he was drinking on the job, and he ended up falling and breaking his back, and then he later ended up dying right there in the morgue.
Oh, geez. Well,
Wow.
they didn't have to take him very far.
No,
Jeez.
no,
Jeez.
Be dying in the graveyard, I guess.
yeah,
Save you some time.
oh gee.
Yeah.
So when I did the article on you, Darren, I said you like to do urban legends, Felt Mansion, Allegan County Jail Museum, Joliet Prison,
Yep,
the old Stimson Hospital. You did 3 ships, trains, woods, piers, cemeteries, and actually had one was an alien, some alien encounter.
really covering it.
So I don't know which ones you want to talk about. I think the old jail. Now you did that with Rick Wade recently.
Yeah, we did that about a year ago, actually. Coming up on a year now.
And had some exciting footage from there.
Yeah, and Brandon was there too. Yeah, that was awesome. We were on the news and everything, WZZM 13 News. Brent Ashcroft. That was really cool to be able to film with him and have the opportunity to work with Rick Wade.
Yeah, we worked with Brett, and then was there a blonde with him?
Not that I can recall.
Oh, well.
Oh, Farron, no, the one that we did did our news story is like Russia Today now. She's on, that's just what she works for now.
Oh yeah, Farron. Yeah, she was at one of those two were at one of our cases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
one of our-
The jail one was interesting because I do remember that we were sitting down like it wasn't actually like the courtroom, but they had like a stuff from an actual courtroom set up in there. So
Yeah,
it's like a courtroom. It wasn't at the time, it was a jail. There wasn't a courtroom there. But we're all sitting there and we're going, like each one of us has to say here or something like that. Like as we're kind of like going through the people in the chairs, and there's an extra here in there, which would have been between me and like one other person.
Oh, that's cool.
Going
yeah, I
through.
remember that.
Oh yeah, that's one of the tricks that Rick likes to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's under his direction. We've been with him before too, right? But your footage or your picture was like of a shadow. Explain what that was.
Which one?
It wasn't it a shadow that you even said it was like a little boy, I thought, or something.
Oh, that was Rick's. Yeah, I think he had like a
Right.
little wow.
Or a little girl, because it had hair,
Yeah,
where,
a little-
where you could see
yeah,
like where there was
something.
hair, maybe.
Something was reflecting in the doll case, and it looked like it was a different doll than what it was. It's
Oh yeah,
it
they
really
got the
is.
creepiest doll collection there.
Yeah.
These
Yeah,
antique
it is.
dolls, right? And then I remember the pit where they would put you if you're like psychologically problems. They had this pit. It was, you can imagine the energy that's still in the walls of that place.
Mhm.
When I was there with Brandon, we paid to stay somewhere. It's the only time I was ever on an investigation where I paid, but it was well worth it because we were there by ourselves, and I think it was like 4 hours or something. What I noticed was I had a meter, and as soon as the heat came on, my meter went off. The magnetic fields that furnace would put out would go all through that place. So that's something that spirits can
Yeah.
feed on.
Yeah.
Every time the heat came on, Brandon had some bad experiences in the jail area
Oh wow.
where he was taking on some empathic feelings, right, Brandon?
Yeah, I was in the very basement cells. I was feeling like being grabbed at.
Oh wow.
Like as I was like leaving that basement area, I felt like almost a sensation of having a heart attack.
Ugh.
Allie, have you been there?
Yes. The old jail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Actually, I was there last year, and I was there by myself because I was curious. I saw that on I don't remember. I think I seen it on Facebook somewhere, and I was interested, so I ended up going by myself. And it's weird because as I walked in, and I was the only one in there, and I'm just walking around, but my phone kept dying, and I had just charged it. My phone was up to 100%, and it just kept dying and dying, and it's just little by little, finally it just died. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I kept hearing noises upstairs, and it's just, and nobody was around either. So it was just kind of a weird feeling, but not like a negative feeling, but just like a weird feeling, like something was there. And obviously
that
sucked up the energy of my phone. And it's weird too, because as soon as I went back after I was done talking to the guy too, because he was talking to me, but I'm not sure if he was the guy in charge. I don't even remember. But as soon as I left and got in my car, I turned on my phone to see if it would, if it would work. And obviously it did. And it went back to like 80%. I was like,
Wow.
what? Like, that was
Yeah.
crazy. That was, and I swear, I charged it 100% just to walk up in there and take pictures and stuff. But it just kept like little by little. And it's like, oh my God. I mean, at least I got a few pictures, but then it died, and I get my car, I turn it on, and it's 80%. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though, walking in there. I actually enjoyed being in there, and it was cool that I was just there by myself walking around. So it's not like you can hear people walking around making noise and stuff. I kind of wanted to, explore and, just get to know things and take pictures and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
can go
have-
there in the daytime for free. Kim, you can take your family there, little family outing.
Yeah, well, speaking of family outings, on October 30, I'm going to be attending the Hauntings and History Night at the Felt Mansion.
Ooh,
nice.
cool.
So the first part of the evening, it says, hear about paranormal occurrences at the estate from people who have experienced them firsthand.
Wow.
And then the second part of the evening is a candlelight tour. It says explore in the dark of night, guided only by candlelight, and do a little paranormal investigating of your own, it says. So my question to you guys is, what sort of equipment should you suggest that I bring with me that night to do a little paranormal investigating on my own? What should I bring?
Well, your cell phone would be good, maybe
Yep.
for like a camera.
Yep.
If you have a digital recorder,
I do.
yeah, that would be good
Yeah.
too.
With headphones, have headphones on at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I have a little speaker that can be plugged in as well.
Mhm.
So would you suggest kind of recording and with the headphones on while I'm recording, or just plain old EVP sessions?
Sometimes you hear stuff.
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm
headphones.
I
thinking.
think if she had something.
The headphones, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be interesting to try.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
Okay.
ever time with the headphones.
I would probably try that. See
Yeah,
how that
definitely.
works.
Maybe an
Okay.
EMF detector.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
have one of those, but
Yeah, that would work. Or, you have a spirit box at all?
I don't.
No.
No.
That's
No.
all
Yeah,
right.
just,
I would just do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
just
pretty
use
sure you'll
that.
probably catch something either way.
Definitely
too.
catch
Right. Is there anything that I can download on my iPhone? Like anything credible that is not going to give me some junk readout? Like I don't know if I trust those.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are iffy, you know, you only get
Yeah.
40% positive feedback with them, but I know like the Necrophonic app and the Dead Wave and the Spiritus, they're all made by the same people, the Chill Seekers.
Okay.
They usually run about $10, which
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I had pretty good luck with the Dead Wave one, which I've been using a little more now lately, more than
Didn't like Huff Paranormal come out with some apps as well?
The
Yeah, he
Miracle
came out.
Box one was another one. That was only $3. You could give it a shot.
Yeah.
I just feel like that one, I kind of have, you know, my ifs about, you know, but it's all right.
Okay. So you're saying the apps that are made by the Chill Seekers are probably the best.
Probably the most credible. Yeah.
Okay. So I think between my recorder and I'll download an app or so, hopefully I'll be able to have some success.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good hint.
definitely.
Like that. Yeah.
Good luck.
But
Yeah. That's
yep,
Yeah.
what Allie was talking about, where you have that drainage, I know that's a reoccurring phenomenon. I've experienced that too, though, with the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was kind of paranoid too because that was like my only phone. I thought they were trying to kill my phone, but I was like, no.
Oh no,
But then
right.
I mean, because I'm like,
exactly.
you know, and I had just gotten that phone like not even a year after I was over there. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. But no, I guess what I'm thinking is that the spirits must have sucked up a lot of the energy from it,
Yeah.
especially because I was taking a lot of pictures, and as soon as it just died out, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, is it dead? You know, but no, I mean, it kind of get me a little scared a little.
And that
But,
happens
I mean,
with big cameras, like TV
Yeah.
cameras too.
Yeah.
I had it happen at the
Yeah.
paddock place, exactly how you described it. All of a sudden, my camera's dead. When I'm on the 3rd floor, I can't take any pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Same camera, later, outside, all kinds of pictures I was able to take. And it was like, there was nothing wrong with it. So, yeah, that's kind of a reoccurring natural phenomenon that you
yeah.
must have been close to something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And then I think on the top floor, also, I do remember out of nowhere, and I didn't touch my phone too when my phone was okay at minute. It actually took 3 pictures on its own. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, wait a second here. But that's weird because when that happened, I started hearing noises around me. And like I said, I was the only one upstairs. The people that were the ones that were working there, they were all downstairs. So nobody was really up there, which I was kind of thankful so that I can be able to take pictures and stuff like that without having interruptions and stuff. But yeah, it literally took 3 pictures on its own.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I like the hair weaves at the Allegan County Museum.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
jail
gosh.
museum.
I think
Yeah.
my favorite one was the mannequin.
Oh, right. They said something was supposed to happen with that mannequin.
Yes, I read about that too. And I was like, what? That was a doll, but I actually like that doll. It was a nice mannequin.
I like the that radio or the big record player thing, the monophone or whatever they call
Yeah.
it. He cranked it up and then it plays this amazing music.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm so old. I recognize the song that he played. I was the only one in the group that did.
I wanted to put that clip up on YouTube, but I wasn't sure if I would have gotten a copyright strike, so I put it up
Mhm.
on TikTok.
Oh,
instead.
yeah. I think they're long gone. That's like
Yeah,
Edgar
who
Allan
knows?
Poe.
Yeah,
He's 100 years dead.
I
So,
probably could get away with it.
right. I think you could. I think you'd be safe on that. It was a 78, I believe, album that they played.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy was amazing there too. But his descriptions and the tour that he takes you on, it
Yeah,
was well worth the money
Yeah,
that we
he-
spent. Now, I did scream like a girl there, like a little girl.
Yeah.
Brandon was right there. Brandon was
I was
open.
so mad I didn't have my, just shut my camera off. Like, what,
I
now
want to hear that story.
We had been setting upstairs in one of the bedrooms for a while. But we went to leave. As soon as I opened up the door, there was a bat right in my face.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
So I screamed. Right. But
I wish I had that for the blooper reel.
Oh,
I admit, I've been frightened a couple times on investigations, but it wasn't ever from anything paranormal. How about you guys? Ever got scared when you're out there? Because we tried
Yeah.
to send Courage home with you.
Yeah, you did.
That was
that-
Kim's
that's-
idea. She
Yeah.
thought you needed that courage because you're
Yeah.
always hanging out in cemeteries.
yeah. Yeah,
Have
so
you-
when have you guys been scared?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few times for me. There was one investigation I went to. We heard a big loud glass bucket fly across the room, so that was a little frightening. We were supposed to do a cleansing of that house, and we ended up having to pack up and leave.
Because you were scared?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, not that we were scared. I mean, yeah, it was a little unnerving, but we did feel the negative energy, like it
Sure.
wanted us out right away. So
Yeah.
you know, better
And,
safe.
you know, Allie, do you have any of those things like what Darren does with an empathic sort of feeling where you can pick up on negative energy? Do you have that too?
Yes, I do. I actually
Wow.
sometimes feel I'm a little more like empath more a little bit than
You're kidding.
because
Wow.
I pick up a lot more, and then like I'll let him know, and then all of a sudden it's like it happens because I can feel them, you know. I feel like I get a lot of that too though, because I'm like I said, I'm Native American.
Yeah.
So I do, like in my tribe, you know, they do, not all of them, I'm not going to speak of all of them, but especially in my family, we have a lot of that in our family, a lot of
Okay.
either psychic or empath and stuff like that. And I do get like that a whole lot. So I think-
Wow. Do you get it from each other? Like, can you feel
Feel
like
each
when
other?
Darren's
Yeah.
kind of
yeah,
upset and then vice versa?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
oh
my
yeah,
goodness.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, they're in stereo.
yeah.
Jeez.
It does seem to run in the family.
She freaks me out. Sometimes she'll say she smells a smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later that day, it's something that comes true. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
she'll say, "Oh, I smelled steak," and then it's like 9 a.m. and then later that night, you know, we're having steak for dinner
Yeah.
like randomly.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's just these weird little coincidences
Yeah.
that she puts out, or if she sells, you know, just random things. And then it ends up coming true. I'm like, what the heck? How did you know?
Little psychic going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I always get told.
That's one of the clair senses. Now, I don't have them in front of me, so I don't know all the names, but yes.
Yeah, there's like clairvoyant, clairsentient, something. I don't know. There's a lot of different ones.
Yeah, that's one of
Clear
them.
audio.
Being
Yeah.
able to smell is also another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And taste is also one.
Yep.
I get it.
And then they say that death smells like strawberries or cherries. Have you ever had that scent?
I've smelled strawberries. I think cherries, no, but strawberries, I have smelled strawberries.
Huh.
And then, of course, the other end of that spectrum would be sulfur and rotting flesh.
Yeah. Sometimes I smell like dirt, but like if somebody was buried, do you get me? Like kind of like a spirit type of thing. And that's the way I sense it. that it's something like that. I don't smell it all the time, but I do. And then when I do smell it, it's like, uh-oh, something's around here.
So you smell like soil or dirt
Yeah,
or something,
something-
and that's
yeah, yeah.
that's kind of your cue to yourself to be like, something's around me.
Mhm.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, you sure make a beautiful team.
Yeah.
I see
Thank you,
that,
thank
right?
you.
I met, now, when you, when you met Darren, did he have a pocket full of rocks?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he had a pocket full of a lot of things. He had rocks,
Like
he
literally.
had necklaces and everything. So, but you know what? It didn't surprise me because I'm actually the same way too, except for like, since I'm like the female, I don't really stick a whole bunch of that stuff in my pockets.
Yeah.
I'll like put them
Yeah.
in my purses or in my
Yeah.
car or in
Yeah.
a little, like a little pouch and stuff. I'll
Yep.
do that, or I'll keep them in my bag or something. But I don't always carry them around because a lot of times I always carry just like being positive and trying not to like, okay, you know what? I know that nothing's gonna come around here messing with me, even though sometimes it's like, you know, but I mean, I do carry some of that stuff around too, though.
So what are
Okay.
your favorite crystals? Are they similar to what Darren? Do you have like crystal crossover?
It's a lot of the stuff he has, actually, I do have myself.
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably some quartz.
Yeah. And the amethyst is my favorite though.
Yeah, totally.
That was that was my
Purple
favorite. That one,
amethyst.
yeah.
Little
Yeah.
bit of rose quartz.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
The rose quartz I do have. I have, I
Yep.
think, like 6 of them, and then I do have a big old crystal. I'm not sure where it's at, but I have like a clear crystal one too that I've gotten.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Like
it's pretty.
just-
It's a pretty big one too. It's a powerful one, very powerful. You can feel it too. Like when I pick it up, it's
Yeah.
very, very powerful. I can feel its energy.
I
How
meant
do
to
you-
bring mine.
Yeah.
Mama Mary gave me a big clear quartz.
Mhm.
Now, Darren, you don't have a pocket full of rocks right now, do you?
No, you know,
He took 'em.
I got a couple here. I mean, not in my pocket, but.
Necklaces and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you
Bracelet.
got in front of you?
So I got, let's see. I got these tiny little, I got a bunch of these little things which are actually amber.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
That's really good.
So that's like fossilized.
Yeah.
Rocks.
Amber, yeah, like
Mhm.
kind of like from Jurassic Park. I heard that
Yeah.
has a lot of the sun energy, so that's really powerful, and it's good for like attachments.
Okay.
Then I think this is Aquamarine.
Ooh, that's a good
I
nice
have a
one.
lot of this around right now because of the retrograde. It's good for retrograde, and it's good to keep like by the bed for like sleeping and stuff.
I like
Okay.
that.
That's a good one. That's kind of all I have over here at the moment. I did some organizing with all my stones and kind of organized them and color coded them or in little buckets.
Nice.
Are you doing any more Halloween masks?
What's that?
Are you doing any more Halloween masks?
Yeah, I've been working on a few. Yeah, I got
I
a
got
couple. We've been buying up a lot of these. Oh yeah.
I'm only doing it to scare the kitty.
Oh, real nice.
I get these like little dollar ones from the dollar store. And
Oh
they're
yeah.
making them look a little better than what they did.
Yeah.
That's what I
Bloody
like
them
to
up a
do.
little bit.
And I got this little mask right here. I like this one.
Oh yeah. Isn't that what movie is that? The Purge?
It kind of looks
Yeah.
like the Purge,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It does.
I made one that's a little creepier. It's over there somewhere. But yeah,
What's-
I've been working on some masks. It was fun to get back into it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had some of those on the show before, some really creepy.
Yeah.
ones.
Creepy.
Yeah.
That's what inspired me tonight. This one is supposed to be like glued right to your face. You get it, it's just a blank, and then you paint it up the way you want it.
Oh,
Okay.
But I hinged it, 'cause I like that better, and then I can just put it on with strings. I don't want it glued to my face. It's a one-time mask if you do that.
Did you put that rest in peace in there, Wayne?
Yeah, you can do your own.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
did. Oh, that's freaking scary.
That's nice.
Bloody hand.
I found that one too. I painted this.
You painted
I
it.
have a special blood paint that's like what the professionals use.
That's horrifying.
It dries and it looks wet still.
It does.
Right.
That's really cool. I did a lot of the masks like that this year.
Now,
Cool.
what's the favorite place for you? I know you've been to so many. I did a list of, some of the places that you've been to, but what was the favorite? I know you're on like 3 different ships.
Yeah, probably the LST. I really enjoyed the what was it? The USS LST 393 here in Muskegon, and it was a ship that was transporting tanks and soldiers to Normandy Beach in 1944 on D-Day. So it has a lot of that history, not to mention that it's now a museum filled with nothing but war artifacts. So it's just
Right.
kind of like this big whirlwind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like museums, and I've been at museums, especially ones that had to do with war.
Yeah, I
That
know.
residual, I don't know if it's a residual energy or an item might have something attached to it. And
Yeah.
one of the people we were with got scratched because they were being disrespectful.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah. And then I kind of made a joke about it because I said scratching is kind of a feminine thing. Must be a gay Nazi.
Oh wow. Whoa.
And I guess I was asking for trouble because then another member got scratched after that. It
Oh,
wasn't me
God.
though. So, but yeah, that's why I like to take women on ghost hunts with me. They make good baits,
Yeah,
good ghost bait.
yeah, especially out of prison.
At a prison, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Or someplace maybe where Al Capone was supposedly hung
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
And all that
Yeah.
disrespect back then, that they had for women. It was a different era, Women have come a long way. There's so many women in the paranormal nowadays. We've had so many on this show.
And authors, I might say,
Mhm.
paranormal women authors.
Yeah, so they're making great strides in the industry. I don't know, the guys, you and Brandon are gonna have to like step the game up a little bit.
They're
When's your
taking-
book coming out?
Uh-oh. When's my book coming out? I gotta work on it.
Yeah.
We probably need to move on in the show somewhat, I guess. We have a format we like to follow.
Sure.
So upcoming, ongoing, Kim kind of already did hers. You guys got anything planned upcoming?
The only thing I can think of, if all goes to plan, we're supposed to shoot over to the Elios, or as a Eloise Insane Asylum in November. But sometimes plans change. But we're hoping for it. So, that's something to look forward to. But other than that, we have our Halloween special. We're gonna try to get out sometime soon.
Right, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I've tried to keep my slate somewhat clean. I mean, just been kind of slow this season. I mean, we've been doing our own thing.
Yeah. I want to relate something to you. We don't have nearly the followers or the views that you get, but I did have a critic from the UK that criticized the show, said it was boring.
Oh, brother.
And I engaged them, right?
Yeah,
And
they say not to, but
I engaged them. I know it probably wasn't the right thing to do, but after messaging back and forth just a little bit, I thought, this gal hasn't even watched the show.
Yeah, exactly. That happened.
And finally I got her to admit it. She hadn't even watched the show, but yet she was criticizing it. So, and I know you've come across this, and you call it the haters, is what you call it.
I do.
But you have had so many milestones. I've helped,
Yeah.
I've like clicked on it and like say, yeah, great milestone. I don't even know how many you had.
Yeah, I've
We're-
come a long ways.
Where are you at now? I don't even know.
We're really close to hitting 70,000 views on our channel in total. We just hit 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, keeps going.
Good for you.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. So if you get one or two,
Yeah.
let
I
it
mean,
go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're so much farther on than
not-
that. Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's a jealousy thing. I mean, some of these people get on here and start hating, and it's just probably because they're just jealous, you know.
True.
Right.
People, and maybe we're doing something right. So
And
Yep.
they don't see everything that goes behind the scenes, you know. They don't see
No.
Brandon coming in here on his day off so he can edit, format, and make the show happen, you know. So
yeah, I know.
they don't see all the work you put into editing and that goes behind the
I mean,
scenes.
there's days I'm sitting at my desk for 8 hours straight. So
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean,
The time and money and effort, you know, that you expend. So good for you, but
Yep.
forget that nonsense if you can. I know it's tough because I couldn't do it. I mean, and then for us, upcoming, we're kind of a Halloween special that we like to do with Chatan Noir.
oh yeah, awesome.
So that's coming up, our next show. And then in November, Bill Konkoleski, he's the MUFON director at Michigan's MUFON, and he's an author, you know, he was abducted at 2 years old, and then every 2 years, you know, up and through his 20s.
Yep.
But we have to do a shout out to 222 Paranormal.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be in this slot tonight, but Joe from 222 is in the hospital. So he had a medical emergency. So our thoughts go out to Joe. I'm sure he's going to heal up. Maybe he'll take your spot. You guys can just swap around if he
Yeah, there you
wants.
go.
And then Brandon's got exciting news. That's Jose Paranormal History Productions that he's doing.
YouTube channel. I've just getting it going now.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, kind of got most of the old episodes of Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters up on there. So if you ever want to, if anybody's on there wants to catch some of our older episodes, those will be on there. And then I'm kind of doing some other filming, both like different travel and history locations and paranormal. So it's kind of a blend of different things.
Well, Brandon, if you want to get out with us sometime soon, you know, we're thinking about hitting up Ada Cemetery one of these days, or possibly going back to Hellsbridge. I haven't been there since I made my original video, which surprisingly is past 7,000 views.
Yeah, I got to get help because I usually don't get much out there. So apparently,
I know. Well, I don't know. I had a bad experience with that place, but
yeah,
maybe I'm better prepared now. So
yeah,
time to go back.
And then Kim put our Facebook together. You guys, anybody wants to go check that out.
Yeah.
All of our shows are on there, and we try to put like ads in there for.
Yeah, like if I see something with like Bill Konkoleski has like something going on, or one of our previous guests, I usually try and share that to our Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters Paranormal Podcast Facebook page.
Yeah, any Paracon, stuff like that, events that are.
Yeah,
coming up.
anything like that. If
Bigfoot
Mama Mary
convention.
has something going on.
Because we're all about the mysterious. And then a shout out, like I said, to Joe at 222 Paranormal. And then everybody here, Gavin, Kelly, Tom, Joanne does the journal. She's the editor for the journal for the articles that I write. How about you guys want to give a shout out to anybody?
Well, not that I can think of. Oh, well, how about my brother Josh from Southern
Yeah,
Afterlife?
Southern
I
Afterlife.
wanted to show you this here.
Oh,
He
man.
sent me this. Okay, let's see. He sent me this earlier. What was it, June, I think?
Yeah.
I had him make this for me. And
Is that like a ghost box?
yes, it's a
It's a
portal
portal.
box. This
Oh,
is
cool.
what goes You can hook up a spirit box or the
Yep.
phone app to it, and it'll drown out kind of the white noise and
Yeah.
filter it out. So,
What's it called again?
I would say it's an echo box.
Yeah, it's an echo
Yep.
box or a echo box.
So you're supposed to be able to like ask questions and they should be able to reply verbally through that box back to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, without
Mhm.
the white noise.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Have you
man.
had success with that?
Yeah, I
Yes,
have.
we
Yeah.
So give us a quick example of like you asked a question and what did it say back?
I think the best response is we were using the Miracle Box app with it, and we had a little girl come through, and she was calling you by name.
Yeah,
said,
she actually
my
said
goodness.
yeah, and I never actually, because like back then I was actually known to be like when I had my other name for my channel, it was Allie, but now it's my full name. And the spirit did not know my full name, and no one calls me my full name unless it's my family members.
Sure.
But she literally said my full name, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like,
Wow.
yeah. Oh yeah, and it was loud and
Very
clear.
awesome.
Very loud and clear.
That is amazing.
Wow, we always like it when we hear our names on an
Yeah.
investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
You
that
don't
a
know my
lot.
address too, do you?
Right.
I don't want
Jeez.
to
My
be
social
on the
security
address.
number.
Right.
So for our final thought, it's graveyards versus cemeteries. You know, they're actually two different words.
Yeah, they are.
You know, cemetery is a Greek word, means sleepy place or resting place, and it originated with the Roman catacombs. And graveyard is the older word, and it's a burial ground within a churchyard.
Yep.
But people use them interchangeably.
Mhm.
So the final thought is, do you think a graveyard or cemetery is a good place to hunt ghosts?
I do.
Kim?
As long as
Yeah.
Let's start with Kim. You're the expert on it.
Oh, geez. Okay. So,
Darren,
just
you're the
from my
expert. We
own-
saved the expert for last.
Yeah, really. Like, just from my own personal experience as a young child, I saw my first ghost apparition, whatever you want to call it, in what I say cemetery. So is it that most ghosts are hanging out in cemeteries? I would say yes, because that's where I saw my first ghost. I mean, that's would make sense to me that they would maybe stay around where their physical body was at one time. Maybe there's some residual feelings that they feel like they need to stay by their body or something like that. So I would say a cemetery is a really good place to see a ghost.
Okay, Brandon, you hunted ghosts for 10 years or better. What do you think?
Cemeteries and stuff, they can be haunted and they cannot be. I think a lot of times they tend to more hang out where they lived at, but sometimes they may hang out with where their body, is located. But
And then Brandon and I have been to buildings that were at a cemetery that were haunted. And
Yeah, me too.
Because they had storing these urns, the ashes with no words said over them. They're kind of in limbo, is what we figured. That's what we were led to. But Allie, how about you? What do you think?
I think everything you all said, but I also think in their favorite spots could be a backyard, could be maybe even to that they're territorial in a certain area. They could be around there too. I do know, like, for instance, my family's property, there's a lot going on there, spirit wise and cryptid wise. So I feel like they could be territorial, or it's that they might have passed away there, or it's just because maybe they lived around there and they just decided to stick around.
Mhm.
Okay, now, Lord of the Cemeteries.
well,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'll have pretty good points. I would say, no, there's probably always the few spirits that are going to be attached to their bodies, are going to have a hard time letting go. There's a lot of cemeteries around here that were built on Native American lands. For example, the Nunica Cemetery. So I feel like there's a lot of disturbance there. Well, also, that's where I seen my first apparition, was at Nunica Cemetery. So I definitely believe you can capture stuff at a cemetery.
Mhm.
Whether each cemetery you go to is going to have a spirit or not, that's to be determined. But I seen a ghost at a cemetery, so I mean, I definitely believe there is something to it.
Yeah, yeah, good points. Now, I used to tell people, if you want to see a ghost, go to a museum. Don't go to a cemetery.
Yeah.
But
A lot of times it can be an item, whether it's
Yeah.
residual or the intelligent. If it's a prized item of them, it may attach to that, as well.
my opinion has changed. Now, hopefully, people in a cemetery have had words said over them and they're resting in peace, but things can happen. They can be put in the wrong grave, more than one person in the same grave, mass graves, unmarked graves,
Someone
different things.
vandalizes their tombstone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Disturbed graves.
So there's a lot of disrespect, I think, that can cause unrest. But you brought up Nunica.
Yeah.
Utica Cemetery is a prime example of a place to go, a cemetery that is probably haunted. The differences in temperature that people have recorded there, the different stories add up. I'm going to go there and smudge. I like that you smudge,
Yeah.
Darren. I like that you're full service paranormal investigator.
Thank
I like
you.
that you go that extra step. Because I'm going to go to Nunica. I'm probably going to go over to Bath Cemetery also and smudge over there. That's
Yeah.
another one. We also have Byron Center Cemetery that has some lights. I think maybe there's some explanations for
Yeah.
that. Things that are in the tombstones
Yeah, we've
themselves.
been wanting to check that place
Yeah, we've been
out.
wanting to check that place out.
But there's other ones. Because you are the Lord of the cemeteries, you should know about these places. There's Boot Hill in Tombstone, Arizona,
Oh, wow.
where there's photos been taken there. There's the old soldiers home here in Grand Rapids where they've seen soldiers marching, Civil War soldiers marching. There's a cemetery in Gettysburg where you can smell. We talked about scents earlier, where you can smell the death.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. There's a couple of them in Chicago where there's actually an apparition of an entire house over in the cemetery in Chicago. There's a cemetery in Salem where a man haunts it. He was actually a victim of the witch hunts. They killed him because he wouldn't admit to either way, yes or no, that he was involved in witchcraft, because they were going to take his property. No matter if he said yes or no, there was no way out. So they piled stones on him until he died. So they say he haunts the cemetery in Salem. So, these places are out there. I think cemeteries are a good place.
Yeah.
The right cemetery anyway. So this is the show. We have our inspirational thought, and then that's the end of the show. It's another great show. This one is a real simple one, but I think it's appropriate. My inspirational thought. It comes from the Dalai Lama. And the Dalai Lama says, the purpose of life is to be happy. You kids have seemed to figure that one out already.
Aw.
I love that about you. I love that you're so happy that maybe you can go out in crowds now.
Yeah, maybe. I still don't like crowds, but
He's
Oh.
getting there,
Oh.
though. He's getting there
I'm
slowly.
getting there.
Okay. Well, there's still
One that
hope.
likes to go shopping. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do some Halloween shopping still.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Well, I've been a little goofy tonight, but I enjoyed it.
Family-owned Palermo Pizza underwrites this episode of Grand Rapids Ghost Hunters Paranormal Podcast, located at 901 Gazan Parkway, Southwest Wyoming, and available at 616-531-8300.
The opinions expressed in the preceding program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.